All right, I think we're getting fired up here. Give everything a couple minutes to warm up. Let the internet warm up for a minute. And been wanting to get back to streaming a couple of nights a week, and on Sundays we do transcribing. But in the middle of the week, just wanted to kind of leave it open, like if there's anything people want to work on. I'm going to pick some stuff anyway. As you can see, oh, let me fix that. Oh, something happened with that. Oh well, just put my face in the corner. Weird. In the middle of the week, I've been wanting to spend a little bit more time looking at effectively grammar. I always say you don't have to learn it this way, but if you can wrap your head around this stuff, it'll open up resources for you. Oh yes, and I will share this on my Facebook. Discord. Just going to share the live stream. There we go. All right. There we go. Looks good. So, I don't want to scare anybody off with the notion of grammar. Really what it comes down to, we're going to take this word. We'll take a few words, but I wanted to pick on this one because this is a word that lots of people know, or like maybe you don't know this particular form, but it's important to understand when you are getting into Nihioewin. If you want to say something like, I see you, you see me, let's, in English when we do that, I see you, right? And you see me. Oh, there's only one E in me, lol. See doesn't change, right? Stays the same in both of those cases. Or if somebody sees me, like someone sees me, right? In this case, the word see has changed. I see you, you see me. They see you. They see. Well, it's interesting. There's two different ways. If I say they, which could be plural or singular, they see me. They, all of them see me. They see me. That single, I can't do it. How do I do that singular? That's hard. But the whole point of this is there are two conjugations here, right? There are two different, there's see, and then there's also with an optional S on the end, see and sees. And then there's seeing and saw. So there's like, the whole point is that, especially with these first two, I see you and you see me, the word see doesn't change. That's the same if I say, I love you, right? I love you, right? And you love me. I just trust that my, is this updating? Let me refresh this. I just noticed that my screen is not updating. Let's see. Restart capture. There we go. Weird. I was talking that whole time and things were not doing what they were supposed to, which is annoying. There, that's better. And why that's being weird. All right, let's try this again. So if I say, I see you, and you see me, the word see doesn't change. And they see me, they see you, the word see stays the same. Unless I say someone, Cheryl sees me. For the most part, there's only, I think, 4 different ways that you see. See, sees, seeing, saw. There's maybe 4. And then the same if we use the example, I love you. You love me. They love me. I love them. And I'll say, my son loves me. Again, there's only a limited number of ways in which the verb, the action that's happening, changes in these contexts in English. And I don't know if this is exactly accurate. I've heard English called a seent. Cyrus says seent. Heard English called a noun-based language. I don't know if that's like the right terminology or whatever. But the point being that I love you and you love me are 2 different phrases. They technically have different meanings, and it's the position of the nouns that determine who we're talking about, right? I love you, in which case, that's you love me, which is arguably inverse maybe, or however you want, the opposite, right? I love you, you love me. Well, in Nehioiwin, in order to express these, something really interesting happens. So if I say, I love you, let me just move this out of the way here. Okay. Something really interesting happens, and I'll just write them out, and then we'll talk about them for a minute, okay? So if I say, I love you, it's this. Kesageten, which means I love you. If I want to say, you love me, okay, then it's Kesagehen. And there's something really interesting happening here. I mean, if you want to sort of look at it that way. So this part of the verb, the sagi, this part is in there in both of those, right? Right here. And right here. And then the parts that are different, well, there's ge at the beginning. And then on this one, we have itin at the end. And on the other one, we have in. And that's how the language works, right? That's how the language works, is that itin, what that technically means from again, we're talking about grammar, a grammatical connected, oh, nice. From a grammatical perspective, the grammar is just sort of like the rules of the language. That's all it means, grammar, rules of the language. The it-in part is the part that means you to me. And on the other one, the in part means me to you. Give us a second here. I was just chatting with another learner right before my live. I was like, hey, do you want to jump in on this live tonight? we're just going to take 2 minutes and get this set up. I'm not sure if my OBS would connect to yours, but that'd be cool. But in theory, we can Zoom together. I could stream from mine. You could stream from yours. Yeah. Yeah, I think Bill Relic is going to join us in 20 minutes here. And we might talk about we could talk about some more grammar. We might even do some transcribing. We'll see what happens. There's just a couple of us hanging out anyway. Cyrus says, I was always told the first one means you are loved by me. Is that really different from I love you? Like, I don't want to argue with I can't argue with that. I can't say that's wrong because I've heard that too. But arguably, they both kind of mean the same thing, right? You are loved. You are loved by me. Like, I don't know. I love you. They mean the same thing to me. They're the same thing. It's sort of like I think the reason they're saying that is like because your pronoun is here. Ge, you, gia. And this comes back to, let me do one more in here because something really interesting happens here. Let me shrink this down. How do I do that again? Resize, shrink that a bit and make some room here. Because this will blow your mind a tiny little bit, okay? Now, I don't want to make it complicated, but there's this, if I want to say I love someone, I love, I don't know, my son, okay? I love my son, okay? Then I use ne at the beginning. And I use sage again. Okay, and so that sage is still in there. That's sort of like the root, I guess, right? And so ne is my pronoun, obviously, nia, right? And then that's the ow part. So if you want to look at it technically, this is, and again, we talked a little bit about the person markers last week, right? So this is like first person singular, me, right? This is second person, this is you. Just you, not y'all, just you. And then there's that third person, right? I think that's all, say them, but this is them singular, okay? So if you want to look at it this way, this part really means you to me. No, kasagitin, me to you. I love you, kasagitin, okay? I write it like this. Okay, and technically, let me back up. Second person singular. Because if it's more than one person, it changes the word again. And this one looks like this. You love me. I know that seems weird. Like, why wouldn't you just switch them around? But literally, if you think about, like, look at the word, right? That pronoun marker, ge, is in the front, right? Ge is in the front. And so what that means is these are sort of like the inverse of each other. I'm trying to find a color that works here. So the itin means me to you, and the in means you to me, if that makes sense, right? And so I think that sort of is like people say, like, you are loved by me, but it's like, it still just means I love you. You can define it any way you want. But what's interesting is the way that the word goes together in that both of the examples of I love you and you love me, ge is at the front. But as soon as there's someone else involved, nisage how, I love that one. And now this one means, technically, it's me to that one. Nisage how. And my pronoun is now at the front. I'll just use green because I can. Right? Does that make sense? And it's the part at the end. The itin means me to you. In means you to me. Ao means me to that person. This is grammar we're talking about, by the way. This is just sort of like, I don't want to say rules, but it is kind of rules. It's just like, it's just the way the language works. And again, you don't have to learn it this way, but if you can wrap your head around this, right, then all of a sudden it starts to unlock. It can start to unlock a lot of language. And I wanted to work off of this, so I was thinking tonight, before Bill decided to join us, I was just like, why don't we take a couple, right? We're just talking about one small slice of this. We're just talking about this set of boxes right here, right? Kesagitin goes this way. Kesagihin goes this way, if that makes sense. And that's just, there's you, there's me. And we won't get into, well, it's not even in this one anyway. It's in the other one. Oh, the verb direction's my other one here. Yeah, this, right? If it's you to me, then ke always comes first. If it's you to them, ke always comes first. If it's me to you, ke always comes first, right? If it's me to them, ne always comes first. And if it's them to me, ne always comes first. So just sort of an interesting, again, I don't use the word rules. It's like just the way the language works. It's just the way the language works. I'm going to take a really quick second here. We're going to rope in Bill Relic tonight, and which should be fun. By the way, Bill is firing up a study group on Mondays. I'm going to get my Zoom going here. So we're going to do this live. We're going to be on for another hour and a half. Oh, my Zoom wants to update, but it can't. There we go. Give me a second. I'm going to take 2 minutes and have to augment the live stream here to get Bill roped in. Just go. Oh, I'm going to need my headphones too. We're doing this on the fly. No prep. No prep. We're just going to do this live on the fly. That's how we roll around here. Just give her. I do not want AI in my meeting. Thank you. And meeting info. I'm in West Kelowna. I'm originally from Rocky Mountain House. I grew up in the Rocky Mountain House area. And I lived in Treaty 6 territory pretty much most of my life. But we spent quite a bit of time in Edmonton. And then we've been out in West Kelowna for about 7 years. I'm just, yeah, give us a couple minutes. Bill said he needs a few minutes. Hey, Mananto, Brandon, Kimaga. We're doing a special, we're having a special guest tonight. This ought to be fun. I'm just going to try and fix a couple things here. So that seems fine. I'm going to try and tweak my OBS on the fly, and that seems fine. Oh, I see. That's what's messed up. Just making some adjustments to my video here in real time, so that seems a little better. Yeah, and then we're going to rope Bill Relic in as soon as he jumps in on the call. Minimize that. I'm just like modifying my stream setup on the fly here. It'll be a mess. Hopefully we can make it work. We'll try it out. We'll see what happens. All right. Do we want to do one more? Let's do another word while we're waiting for Bill. Let's do I picked on sage heo because that's one that everybody knows. Yeah, Brandon, I'm Okay, Bear, give me a second. We'll grab that. That's going to be a different word because there's 4 different types of verbs in the Cree language, right? Brandon, I'm trying to go back to 2. I used to stream twice a week, way long time ago, and it was a lot. But I'm trying to get back to 2 nights a week. If I thought I could get away with more, I would do even more. But more so, I just want to do more study. And also, this is streaming out to like YouTube and stuff, so the videos just stick around, which is kind of nice. But Wednesdays, I want to do just sort of like, I don't know, like study. We're just kind of making up the topic on the fly here. Last week, we went over this chart. So if you missed that, you can go back onto my YouTube and we talked about how to use this chart, all the different pieces. If anybody requests, we can do a deeper dive into any of these sections of the chart and talk about them, do a review, whatever that looks like. But the way I learned this, the way I would work on this is I would pick 1 or 2 and I would just study them. Like this chunk right here, this box right here, actually, sorry, these ones here, not even that. Let me zoom in even more. This chunk here and this chunk here, I studied those for like a long time, just trying to get them straight in my head. The order that they went in. And I would even still every once in a while when I'm thinking about how to use them, I'll go ak at at, ak at at. I just got messages coming in. Bill's gonna, let me see if Bill's trying to get in here. Should be fun. I've never had a guest on my stream, but trying to get Neil Redcrow on the stream. And it's just lining up with his, he's always super busy. All right. Okay. My daughter's coming home today. I'm excited about that. All right. All right, we'll give Bill a few minutes. Yeah, right on. So I stoim. Okay, that is a good example. Neil says, let's do Bear asked about strong. I'll talk about that for a second. I'll just jump over to just as a quick review for Bear. There's actually 4 different types of verbs. So if you understand the concept of animacy, even sort of like the idea between oma and awa, right? If you say asani awa, this is a rock, awa, and we call that animate. It doesn't really matter. That's what it's called. But you'll see this if you're ever looking at any of the literature and stuff. A noun, which is a thing, and then that a for animate. And then there's what they call these inanimate ones, but I think of them as uma. So you wouldn't say asani uma, like it wouldn't it wouldn't sound right. You would have to say asani awa or pakois kanawa or nape sisawa, right? But then if it's like a table, mitsuna tekuma, it falls into that uma category. And because there's these different types of nouns that fall into awa or uma, then we have different types of verbs when we're dealing with them. So if I say, I see something, like I see the table, in English, I would just say, I see the table. Or if I see a person, I would just say, I see this person, right? But in Nihiu and in the Cree language, these are different words to say, I see the table and I see the person. There's obviously a different word for table and person, but the word to say, I see it or I see them, they're different words. So, and sometimes words have like a transfer, they call those transitive, and sometimes they don't. So if you want to look at a word like strong, that's like over here. I am strong, right? That's under what, and the reason I'm talking about these is because we talked about animacy, whether something's awa or uma, okay? And then there's whether there's a transfer or not a transfer. And the reason that's important is because the transfer verbs are over here and the in-transfer verbs are over here and the animacy is over here and the inanimacy is over here and they intersect. That's what this chart means. There's 4, whoops, not that. There's 4 different types of verbs depending on what you're talking about. I am strong is this kind of verb. It is sunny is this kind of verb. I see the table is this kind of verb. And I see the person is this kind of verb. Right? And you don't really need to know these whatever, like the VTA, blah, blah, blah. Like you don't really need to know it. Just as long as you're aware. And I think of it this way sometimes, like these are the verbs that just involve something, right? And these are the verbs that involve, so an example of that would be like miwasin, it is good. What's another one? Sagasteo, it is sunny. Yutin, it is windy. Gimuwan, it is raining. Those are these ones. They don't involve anybody, just something. Okay. Just I think. Yeah. And then there's verbs that involves just one person, just someone. Okay. That's the one you're talking about, like, say, I am strong or something. Yeah, give me a few minutes. And let's go look it up, because I think it's, what is it? Must go sit. Oops. Go to the Cree Dictionary. Strong. There's different ways you can say that. Must go see you. This one. They've removed. Why did they do that? That's weird. Must go see you. There we are. This one. And there's different ways to say that depending who you're talking about. So if you wanted to just say strong, it's not like English where you just say strong. We have to clarify who it is that we're talking about. Because if we just say maskosiu, we're talking about somebody. That person is strong. If I want to say I am strong, then we have to change it for me. And you don't have to use, that's sort of the chart that we were going over. You don't need to use this chart. Yeah, and they do default to the third person in this dictionary. This is just they call it the lemma. You just have to pick one, and they pick the third person form just for consistency, right? And so if you look in the online Cree Dictionary, that corresponds in this chart to the ones in yellow, right? So we know it's a VAI, Muskosiu. So then I can put that in here. Ni Muskosin is how I'd say that. We take that W. That W on the end means this person, that one. The W on the end, Muskosiu, that W right there, means that person. If you said Muskosi, I guess you could say that. You'd say like be strong. I think it sounds more physically strong. Well, I could be wrong about that. But if I want to say it for me, Nimskosin, I'm strong. You, Gimiskosin, that's you. You are strong. Muskosiu, that's that person. And then there's other things that you can say in Nihiu and that you can't do. Like if I say, we are strong. Do I mean you as well? Or us? Am I including you or excluding you? Because there's ambiguity in English, right? I can say, we are all strong. That's all of us. That's marked with this one here, the 2-1. Kiano. Gemaskosino. We are strong. That's all of us. That's including you and everyone. Gemaskosino. Okay? Or you could say Gemaskosinano. There's 2 ways to say that. But if I meant us but not you, if I was excluding you for some reason, Nimaskosinan. Right? Nimaskosinan. If I'm talking about all of you, y'all just did a whole bunch of work. I'm like, wow. Gemaskosina, wow. You hear that ending a lot, eh? That ow, wow. Right? That's all of you. All of y'all. If I was talking about just you, Gemaskosin, that's you, Kia. Right? And then if it's a group of people, so the dictionary form is this one here, usually the third person. They do that in the Cree Dictionary. I don't know if other dictionaries are like that. That's just the one that they picked. So when you look in the dictionary, this is the one that you see. Okay. But if it's a bunch of them, Muskosiwak, Muskosiwak, those ones. You hear that uk ending a lot. That's like a pluralizer. Or a Muskositik, Muskositik, depending on the context. And then there's another person. We could talk about this today too. We'll see what Bill wants to chat about when he gets on here. Oh, my cat's here. Meow. There's another person. There's another person, Muskosiwa. Muskosiwa. That other person is strong. Or it could be actually multiple persons. This could be one or more person in that other. And there's a whole, we could talk about Ovid. It's a whole thing. It's a whole other thing. And Neil's saying, it usually sounds like Muskosu. Yeah, and actually that was what I first thought, because that's the way I usually hear it. I wonder if it's a regional variation thing. And I thought Ben had a theory on why things have a long I sometimes. His theory was like a change of state or something. I'm not 100% sure. All right. I'm going to take a second. And I'll just ping Bill. Bill Relic's going to join us tonight. We got a special guest on the live stream. Neil, this will be you next time. Just a heads up. Tobacco's in the mail. Yeah. Yeah, tonight we're just going to, Bill was just hanging out. I'm like, hey, come jump on my live. Let's work on some language. It'll be fun. Might even do some transcribing. We'll see. Oh, cat. Did you get locked in? I think the cat got locked in. We were going to do another one of these. Neil had suggested, let me just get back to my Nstoium. So that's a good example there. If we look at, holy cat. Meow. So I'm going to leave that up in the corner, the me, you, and them. So the dictionary form of this would be Nstoimeo. So let's just to start, let's look that up so we understand sort of what that means. Nstoimeo. And whenever you see me look up a word, or when I find a word, I will usually like grab the dictionary form. Oh, did that stop updating again? Chisqua. Wonder why that's doing that. Restart capture. There we go. My OBS is acting up tonight, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. Yeah, meow. Yeah, I know the cat. Yeah. Yeah, if you close the door, there's something about these cats. You close the door and then they lose their minds. So, Nstoimeo, which is like to know somebody, recognize somebody. Yeah, that's the way I usually hear that. Kinstoimauzi. Do you know that person? Kinstoimauzi. But let's look at that. So let's do the me and you again first to start with. So the word we're working with is what did I do there? Nesito. Oh, let me change. This live streaming thing is fun. Nstoimeo. So, which is like that one. I'll just say knows someone specifically. And this, if we're going to use the same notation, right? Them, they usually put a little mark there like that, and we'll just say that other one. That other one, because there's two kind of third persons. Oh my goodness. I got to message my son and be like, can you come get this cat? Yeah, because he's driving me nuts. Oh, poor kitty. Did you get locked in? Seriously, I might have to just go let the cat out. Hey, can you come get this cat? I think he's locked in. So this one here means, if we look at these, what this specifically means is that person knows that other person, right? Because there's two different positions here. And the command form would be nstoyim or nisitoyim, nstoyim. And the AO on the end is the inflection. The inflection meaning the way the word changes. The way the word changes when you the way you change the word or how you change the word to mean whoever it is that you're talking about, right? So if I want to say, I know you, then again, those sort of grammar rules apply, right? So for me and you, it always starts with ge. And then we can grab that whole piece in the middle. That's the command form. Another word for that is the imperative, but it's the command. Stoyim, which you wouldn't really say that. You really, I don't think you'd really say stoyim, like it's not something you can really say to somebody. Some transitive forms you could say as a command, but there's some that just don't make sense. Like, I guess you could say like sage, love that one, I guess. But usually the way you hear that is like sagetok. But we'll come back to that because that one's interesting too. But let's finish this one first. So we can put nese, do, we, yum. And then if it's me to you, then it's itin. Now there's a lot of, let me just, and I'll sort of highlight these so that there's that command part in the middle. And then again, the inflection or the way the word changes to depend on who we're talking about. This is the one that means me to you. And again, I'm going to write it kind of backwards like that because that's the way it is on the chart. Instuemten. And I don't always hear, like sometimes when you have these, I call these I don't know if it's the right word. It's like a glide, this part in here, where that, it doesn't sound like ayim always, or wayim. It just kind of sounds like wame, kinstuemten, kinstuemten or kinstuemten. Right? So there's a few like, same as this, nisito. So this sounds like kinsto. That's the way I hear that. It's just the way the words smush together sometimes. Are you for real? The other cat's locked in here now? This is, what is even happening? It's like catapalooza over here. I'm just checking to make sure I didn't have Bill Relic waiting in my Zoom here. Yeah. Today I learned cats drive, Cyrus says. Crazy. Cats drive? The Cartesian plane, eh? So, kinstoemtin. So that would be, I know you, I guess. Well, just the simplest way to explain that. I know you, or maybe I recognize you. And again, in English, if I say I know you or you know me, the word know doesn't change. But in Nehiyuwin, the word has to change so we know who you're talking about. Right? And we'll hear that sometimes. Oh my goodness. Stand by. Please stand by. We have a cat emergency. If you want out, you gotta come right now. We're live streaming your rescue on YouTube right now, so you need to come. That's a cat apocalypse over here. Close the door. I don't know if your cats are like that, but my cats, you close the door and they're just like, the world has ended. Kinstoemten, I know you, or maybe I recognize you. But you could ask somebody, do you know me or do you recognize me? Any guesses on how you'd say that? We already sort of gave it away, but I'll write it out anyway. This time we'll add in that marker for a question. So I'm going to go, so we know for you and me, ke comes at the beginning again, eh? And let me highlight those again. And again, the parts that mean who we're talking about. That in part on the end, min, that's the part that means you to me. And so if you wanted to, so you can use this as a question, right? You can say, min si? Do you know me? Do you recognize me? min si? Min? And you might hear it that way in some regions, but the way I hear this, min. Min? Aha, kinstoimten. That way. And then maybe we could say, do you recognize that one? Do you know that person? So again, whoop. But this time the ending is going to change. Okay. You recognize that one. And then ke and ao. That means you, no, sorry, to that person. Let me fill in the, our interpretations here. You know me. And then here would be, you know that one, I'll say. You know that one. So in that case, it's the part at the end when we're talking about those transitive forms that's determining who, that interaction, right? So these you can use. Here's another one. Let's do one more that that we hear all the time. Oh, hey, Bill's here. Let me let Bill in. Yeah. Hey. Edwin says, yes, you could use kakwe. How would you interpret that? Would be that to try and recognize that person? Is that how you would? Jesco, I got Bill. We're going to bring Bill into the stream. Give us a couple minutes to get set up here. We got our first guest appearance tonight. Hey, Dance Bill.
Buenato, Piguan.
Miasen. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I don't have your. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to get your video going on. So we're live streaming on all over the internet.
Okay.
As promised.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Oh yeah, top boy, I can hear you good. Yeah. I've never done this with I'm going to shut my video off. No, that just shows a thing. Jesco, I'm going to try and get you added into the live stream here, so we have full how do I do this? Jesco, how's your night going, Bill?
Miasen, I kind of gimpy me guats now that I I'm just dealing with some stuff with my son, and he's
Yeah.
dealing with some drama, some teenage. Well, he's a young adult, right?
Yeah.
But he ended up saying some shit when he was drunk one night that his ex recorded, and now it's coming to light, and
Oh
now it's
no.
like, and the internet, and he's in a band too and everything, so it's like, yeah, it doesn't look good. He was tricked into it, but it just still doesn't look good, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm like, fucking, what did you go get yourself into here? And he's been just partying a lot more, and we know because people have told me, but he doesn't know that I know until today, right?
Hold on, I'm just getting your video set up here.
Okay.
Disqua. Yeah, that's hard, man. I
Request access for AI companion. What is this? No,
I
not
would just
now.
shut that off. I did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're streaming on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook tonight. Oh, and
Okay.
Twitch. I think I got my Twitch working, so. Oh man.
So share me the link, and I'll just share the link to my pages, I suppose.
Yeah, give me 1 second
Yeah.
here. I'm just
Is
gonna
that all? That's all I can do on my end, right?
I think so.
Because there's no way, like I said, I wonder if there's a way eventually that like two people can collaborate on an OBS and then it goes live to both of their pages. I don't know if something like that exists.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Just gonna shrink the figure out how I can get your Disqua. I we should have obviously should have done this beforehand, but
Yeah, it was kind of a spur of the moment thing anyway, right? So
yeah, it's all good. We've only got a handful of people here. They'll come back. Let's take a minute and get this figured out. Media source scene, image. I thought there was a. Oh yeah, no, there is that. Disqua. I can actually do a window capture. Then I can do Zoom meeting. There, that's the one that I want. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And then if I get I'm still seriously learning this OBS thing. It's tricky. Yeah. So you're firing up what you call it on Mondays now, right? You just put a thing out on Facebook. You're trying to get something together.
yeah, I'm just trying to get together. I'm just trying to hold myself accountable
Yeah, I hear you.
for at least dedicating an evening or two a week to language learning, because otherwise it's easy for me to be like, oh, I'm just gonna watch the hockey game, or oh, I'm gonna work on music tonight, or I'm just gonna watch and vegetate tonight, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
So it's my way of holding myself accountable, trying to find a few people that we can just kind of like speak the language a little bit, right?
Okay. Yeah, right on.
Big squee, big squee.
All right.
It's it.
I love that we're getting a tiny bit of I just started streaming more on Facebook, and it takes a while to build things up. Not that it matters too much or whatever, but I always say this is all way more fun multiplayer, when you got a couple of people kind of asking questions or just hanging out, like that makes a really big difference, eh? So I
Were
appreciate
you
you appreciate having you on tonight, because this is kind of like my first we're doing guest appearance tonight.
nice? Yeah, that's awesome.
Can I let me share my screen with you over Zoom so you can see what it is I'm doing as well.
Sure.
And oh, how do I do that? Oh, that's going to change the Zoom. Oh, that's going to change the Zoom here. How do I do this? The other thing I was going to ask is, oh yeah, Bill's going to take off for a second. If I adjust this, let me just try it and see what that does. Oh yeah, I think that changed the whole Zoom thing. Yeah. Please stand by while I figure out what the heck I'm doing. Now I got to figure out how to shut it off. uh, Stop share, yeah. That's all right. We might have to do this the other way. I was thinking there was a way I would be able to share my screen and also have Bill included in the stream. Well, we could sort this out off stream. It's fine. I do have a Twitch. We are streaming on Twitch. I think it's working.
Good thing you're talking to yourself because I wasn't there.
Yeah, I was just playing with Zoom anyway. Well,
Yeah.
I was going to try and share my screen and work on some stuff. So the one of the ways that we could do that is if you're kind of following along on the Facebook or something, there might be a lag there. But the other thing I thought we could do is maybe do a little bit of transcribing tonight. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be really fun.
It's I was going to just kind of leave it up to you. Hey, Bill, what do you want to work on? And we'll just kind of take it from there. So
Yeah, and then I'll chime in and say the flying Matotsan story.
hey, we could do that one.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Just give me a second here. I'll just pull it off of there. Because that's super fun. I think that's a fun story. I think it's going to be a relatively easy story to.
Do you want me to grab the audio real quick in Audacity quick? So
No.
I'll just drop it in transcribe.
I've got it all right here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to use just an online downloader to pull it down because they will have already transcoded it into a nice smaller file size. So just give me 1 second here.
YouTube would have done that already?
Yeah, YouTube already does that. So I just use an online downloader and we'll
grab that file again.
Yeah, I'll just pull like the 720 or something. And yeah, that one right there, MP4 download.
Well, you could just extract the audio too, right? And just grab the MP3, right?
Well, I do like having the MP4. I do like having the video just in case I want to be able to see what's going on. So
does transcribe allow for the video to be in there, or just audio?
Oh yeah, no, the video's totally there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just an audio thing because when I dragged a piece in just to check it out the other day, and I just used an audio piece, right?
Yeah. Let me pull it up here. What I'll do is I'll share my screen, which will sort of I'll just shut that off, and then I'll share my screen on Zoom with you so you can get the sound and everything that we're just. I'll share my browser. Yeah, that one, and I can share sound. Let me know if that's coming through for you, Bill. You should be looking at the dictionary right now.
I see that.
Yeah, okay, right on. All right, I think my download is done, so let me just pull that. Yeah, we were just one of the recommendations, the way of mail. So let's see, Swine Flying, Sweat Lodge, 720p. I'm just cleaning this up a little bit. We'll get it uploading here.
What is that in the third?
Pimihao in the third person?
Pimihao in the conjunct.
Pimihat.
Matotsanik.
I think you'd say, I don't know if Matotsan. Matotsan. Yeah, it's inanimate. So I think you'd have to say Bimihamagan. I'm guessing, though. I'm not 100% certain about that.
I question whether that's even inanimate because we speak to it like it's animate, right? In ceremony. Just like Yospagan and Asni and all those things. Because even Asni, I think, is animate, right?
Asni, yeah. And it could be totally could be a regional thing too, like just because, you know, in some areas it might be animate, some areas it might be inanimate. It's hard to say.
Now I have something to ask Ruben.
Yeah, exactly. And again, probably even if you ask different people, you might. It's one of those things.
Answers. Yeah,
it's one of those things. It's not obvious, right? Like if you ask people about like pretty much rock, but I've even, Neil's saying you say matotsanuma. Matotsanuma.
So it is inanimate then, okay.
We should just send Neil the Zoom link, eh? He's sitting right there.
Yeah. Throw him in the Zoom. Better than sitting on the live.
He just, I told him the tobacco's in the mail already. Yeah. So yeah, when you're in transcribe, by default, I think that video will pop up in the corner down here. But if you hit there's some controls, you can make it a little bit bigger, you make it a little bit smaller.
Where's the link? Did you post the link somewhere?
The link to which?
To how did Neil get on? Like, where are you live on right now?
Oh, I can send it to you on Facebook. One sec. I'm live on my. Don't go live on my personal Facebook.
Oh yeah,
I'm on,
this is your live on this one. Okay.
Keanu. So give me a sec. I'll send it to you here.
No, I can share this one. It's the same one that's I see my photo in the corner of it.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I Neil and Edwin both said inanimate. Uma, matotsan uma. So I think you'd have to say matotsan bimehamagan. I think you'd say that. We got Sainapan. Oh, Sainapan's giving us OBS tips on here. This is our techno kokum right here. Yeah, this is awesome. All right, so Bill Relic, you can see my screen, yeah?
I just shared. I was just going to share it on my page for a second.
Just gonna grab. I was just given a little. Go ahead.
I better bring up a tway one or two.
Yeah.
There we go.
And if I play this sound, Bill Relic, you need to tell me if you can hear this on your headphones, because I should be sharing my screen here or sound. Just go. Let me reload that.
Okay. Just what?
It's coming through.
Yeah.
Okay, miyasin. All right, we'll set up. Neil says, Mahtotsan ga pimahamaga. The Flying Sweat Lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let me know when you're ready, because you know what, Bill Relic, you're going to transcribe this, not me.
Oh, what?
Yeah, man, put you on the spot now. See how I roped you in, and this is what's happening.
Oh, what? I thought I was just going to be the semi-celebrity that was on.
There you go. Yeah.
In my humbleness.
So yeah, if you got video, you can there's a little circle in there. If you click on that, it'll make it big. And if you click the video, it'll actually play, but then if you click outside, it'll go back. So I usually keep it minimized till I can't tell what's going on. But
you're running the transcribe program though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm going to put this screen in the corner because I'm going to be in its way when I'm more than anything then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, let's get started. We'll just grab the first chunk here and let's go. So you got to tell me, what are you hearing now?
Mitone.
Play it again.
Yeah, kitwa. Yeah. Nenahtok. What is it? Kitwa? Nenahtok man.
And then the last word is. Play it again. Mitteninanatok mana. Nanatok is like all different kinds, right?
Nanatok.
I'll pull up it way on my side here so you can see it. Nanatok. Different kinds, various kinds. Manantok.
There it is. Different. Yeah, yes. Nanatok. Yes. Okay. Mitone nanatok.
Mana. Yeah, Kimusumno, Cameron Adams. Yeah, Musum. Atsmustonan. We'll send you the Zoom link. We got all the cool people here tonight.
Yeah, bring them in the Zoom. Yeah. I don't have to do any work.
Yeah, no. You roped you. This is your. We got our. I'll get my DJ voice on. Yeah, we got special guest Bill Relic tonight, live Wednesday night, live streaming on the Facebook and the YouTube. Yeah.
Oh.
Well. All right. Cameron says, "How nusimak."
Okay, mitone na natok.
Yeah.
Mana.
Mitone na natok mana.
Kagi maitatsimostaja.
Now this was a false start because I just listened to this, but he says Gagi Pim.
Kagi maitatsimostaja.
Kagi
maitatsimostaja.
Gagi Pim ai Timo Stai Atsamo. I think he was trying to say sto. He said stayakok, which doesn't make sense. I'm just going to leave it there because he corrects himself actually after this. I was listening to this today. Just quite let me go like this.
Actually, this is where the video comes in handy to see his lips for me. I think that is actually needed, maybe.
Here, let me pull it. Can you see the...
Now I can see it. Now I can see it. Oh, there's a delay in that anyway.
Oh, there's a delay in that video? Yeah, because of the zoom, right?
On well, the audio to the video to his to Wes's lips, right?
Ah, that's annoying.
So yeah, it's all good. I'll just go by the audio, kid one.
Yeah.
I still am got. Oh, so those are
I'll throw you a lifeline here. He's saying Gagip I atsamos stagoyakuma.
Atsamostoyak.
Stagoyak.
Atsamastagoyak.
So what this comes from, and it's got to be... Oh, I got to do my puzzle. TikTok is fussy. Oh, I got to refresh that again. I don't know why it does that. That one. My OBS is being a real pain tonight. I got to keep an eye on that.
Wait, so now I wonder if we should go 2 for 2 and translate, because we should be translating for everybody too, I think, right?
Well, we'll work on this.
Okay.
So gagipim I atmustagoya, and that should be... It's probably because of that. So yeah, we can do some translation. So atsamo, you would know, right? Atsamo.
Yeah, to tell a story. Yeah, Atsamoste.
But this one comes from let me pull up that document. We'll talk about it for a second. So this one here. But when you hear, what do you think it is that he's saying, by the way? Gagi mayatsumo stagoyak. What do you think that means? Do you have a sense of what he's saying there?
Gagi. So those are like tense part markers, right? Tense particles, right?
Don't worry about that though. Just think about, like, do you have a sense of what he's saying? He's obviously talking about a story, right?
He's talking about a story.
So if we look at atsumostoeo is where that word comes from. So atsumostoeo is like to tell someone a story, right?
Yeah.
And what happens there, you can't just do this everywhere, but often you can take this sto, either sto or stoweo. Those are the two, Those are the two, or sometimes it's even stumoeo. Stow or stummo. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Stow or stummo. And you can add those onto like a regular verb, okay? So like nigamo, which means that one sings. And to be specific, it's a verb that involves one person, nigamo, like nigamon, kinigamon, right?
Yeah.
But you can take that and you can take that and change it from a verb that involves one person into a verb that involves two people by saying nigamo sto, and then you have to inflect it. Nigamostoyo. That one sings. Would you say
to that one?
2 for that one? 2?
Or yeah.
Someone.
And that comes in play for every VAI, like or only.
I wouldn't go that far. Because there are some places where it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But it's super common. It's one of those patterns that's really, really common in the language. And so actually, we crack open Ben's site here for a second, and we just search for stow.
Stoweo or stow. Yeah,
stoweo. And you can see there's lots. There's lots.
Yeah,
There's nine,
yeah.
right? There's a ton of them. So, so you can't do it everywhere, but it is. And then sometimes stummo. So actually we search for that one too. We'll go back, say stummo, and there's another 50 of those. So
Yeah.
it's super common, right? It's something you can use a lot. But this one happens to be atsumostoweo, but it's got this piece in there. It's got an ego in there. Okay. And I just know that because I do. Um,
What does?
uh,
I know what, like, because like Iagok and Nayok and all those words, but like, where are you seeing that right now?
so that word, so this is the word here. I'm going to pull out all of the extra stuff and just say ga atsimostagoyak. Okay.
Because that's in the conjunct, right?
Well, it wouldn't even matter if it was in the conjunct. There's actually a process happening in here where sometimes words that have ego, ik or ego in there, they'll sort
Yeah.
of be like the inverse. So if I was to say when I when I told them stories, or when we told them stories, okay, that would be ga atsimo sto aya kik, I think, or gok ga atsimo sto aya
That's the
kik.
Moya story.
Okay, when we told them stories, ga atsimo sto aya kik. Okay, I got to reset my screen
Even
capture
if,
on the Mac here because it's being a real
even
pain.
that could be even if we told them stories, right?
Um, the if one would be different.
Okay.
Just why I need to reset my screen capture. Okay, and display that one. There we go. It's just being a real pain, and I'm not sure why. Just not refreshing. I look over at my TikTok stream, and the capture stops working. So I think that. So
Because
this
you
would
got
be.
all these things going on. It's like the Star Trek Enterprise over there.
Oh yeah, totally. There's 1,000 things going on here. I got screens everywhere. I got another computer doing my TikTok stream. Like it's nuts. When we told them stories, I guess you'd say. And if you want to look at the chart for this one, just go. It's
I
QuickTime,
don't have my
QuickTime.
chart printed, but we'll go by
I've
your
got
chart.
mine right here. Yeah. So if we look at the chart for that one, okay, in the conjunct, that one is us, right, and then them. So it's gonna be. No, sorry, that's
Okay.
y'all. Us is us. This one here. So it's gonna be this one. E atsumostoaya. Or
Yeah,
the
it's a
or this one.
Mostoaya.
E
Okay, yeah.
atsumo ga atsumostoaya. But we're actually looking at the inverse. Ga atsumostagoyak. It's going to be one of these, and probably this one, or this. Well, could be either. It's got that ego because it's like
Because now something is telling me, someone is telling me a story.
telling us,
They're
telling
telling us
us.
a story.
But there's a process that happens. There's a sound change that happens because you can't say atsimo sto egoyak. Wouldn't make sense. Okay. Does that make sense? Gatsimo sto egoyak. You wouldn't
No,
say that.
doesn't sound right. No.
So this AWI right here, can you see the document right now?
Yep.
Yeah. So this AWI right here, there's a sound change. And this part here, okay, it does this. It turns into a long A. Oh, and of course it won't work now.
Wait, your long A? Your macron A?
There, that one.
Okay.
That one right there. So that AWI, that owe that turns into a. Gatsumo stagoyak. Okay. When that one told us stories. So it's kind of like the inverse, right? When we told them stories, when that one told us stories. Gatsumo stagoyak.
Okay, let's put it into the English side of the transcribe. And what is this pre-particle? This p? Why is he saying pimi there? Because I get the ka and the k.
Oh, and he's not even saying that. He's saying Gatsumo stagoyak. When we were told these stories, which is again different.
So now that's in the past.
It's the same thing, but it's actually this one. So the one I just showed you was this. Egoyak. But the one he's using is this. Egoyak.
Okay. Yeah.
And that just means when we were told stories. We need to grab a little bit more of this, like Neil said, to make it make sense.
Okay.
So let's listen to the last chunk of this too. Oh, I gotta reset. Cameron says, Tagakitagwa ni hiu no mai pitaman. Awina magawa. Kinapago iwapataman. Iwapamitan, he says. I've got Bill Relic with us tonight. I just don't have him on the screen because I'm screen sharing with him. And I haven't figured out how to show Bill as well as I guess I could do this. There, I could put Bill right there. Now you can see him. Now you can see both of us. Happens every time. Just because I don't know my my Zoom very well. Yeah, every time I move it around. Bill can't see that, but I'm moving the thumbnails.
I can see. I can see moving.
Let me do this, actually. If I shut my face off in OBS. There. And I'll just use the Zoom thumbnails. That's fine. I don't think I can make it bigger, though, can I? That's probably fine there. Put us in the corner. Oh, come on, Zoom. There we go. Now people can see you as well, Bill. Okay, so I guess we would say, let's listen to this chunk again. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that now. Being a pain. When we were told these stories to contemplate, I guess you would say. Is that how you would translate? See if my helpers are here to help us translate that. Does that make sense to you? Kagip maya atsumostagoya koma kega.
Kagip maitatsimustagoya koma. Kigamam tonehtama.
Oh, he's Itatsimo he's saying. Itatsimo.
Kagip maitatsimustagoya koma. Kigamam tonehtama.
Yeah. Itatsimo is a variation of atsimo. Itatsimo. To tell a story in such a way, I guess. Next chunk. Neil says, we were told a variety of stories to ponder about, he says. Yeah, because he said, mitanim nana tukmana. Yeah.
To think about, right? Yeah.
Yeah, tamamtanetama.
Yeah.
Mitonetam.
To
To think about, to agonize over. No. I don't think we meant to agonize over these, but just to think over, to ponder, I guess you'd say. Oh, wow, this is being a real pain tonight. We've got this one bug in the thing where it fails to download the part it needs to stream. Okay, what are you hearing there, Bill?
Gakwe, so to try. Nestotamak, is that what he says?
Yeah,
To understand.
to try and understand.
Yeah.
Kakwe nestohtamako mamam to nestiganot.
To try understand the thinking. Or like the pondering or that's the way I've always looked at that word momptene, right? That it like is like the way of a way of thinking, but I guess there's probably different ways to look at that.
Mamtanetsaganotse. Is that like I hear that a lot. It's sort of like, to me it's like from the mind, or with, I don't know. Neil, throw us a lifeline. To try and gain, Neil says, to try and gain an understanding of the mind, he says. Try and gain an understanding of the mind. All right, next one, Bill. It's a long one.
That's the name.
I'll shorten it with just the first
Yeah,
chunk.
we're gonna have to chunk it. We're gonna have to chunk it for sure. Danse uma itwe. What this is what they said, or what did this what? Yeah, is that what he says?
Tansome tue magak. Oh, there's a maga in there.
There's a maga in there. Yeah.
Danse mago me tue magak. All right, next chunk.
Kiguai oma.
Kiguai maga oma, I think he said.
Kiguai, yeah, Kiguai maga oma.
I might have misheard that. Oh, let me do the last little chunk there.
Gagwe again, to try again. Gagwe kiskinma mago. Yeah, so to try and learn.
I'm just gonna play it all together here. Tisqua.
Kiskinwa mago sian. Gagwe kiskinwa mago soyan. Yeah.
That's got that egoise. There's a chunk. So there's some of these chunks, these inverted chunks, I would say. Egoise. And then it's got that yak, egosiak. So this one is somebody specific, eh? Somebody specific to us. I'll say us.
Yeah.
This one here, and this still should be long. This one is nobody specific to like us, okay? And this one is, boy, there's not really a marker for that from the higher powers, I'd say, or the creator. That egoise. This part specifically means like from a spiritual perspective, or from spiritually. Yeah, so it's sort of like the spirits, maybe I'll say, or the creator to us, right? That egoise, right? And you'll hear that. Egosiak, kiskanoma gosiak. And it's got that same sound change that's happening where that AW in there and that I collapse into that sound changes. I'll play it one more time for you. Oh, bugger, that's annoying. Neil says, what it's trying to tell us, what am I going to be taught spiritually, he's saying. That's a new chunk there.
Yeah. Keep on.
Kapm ai itihtaman. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know that word. It showed up.
I asked this earlier before we go any further. This bimi pre-particle. What is that again? Because now we're seeing that again. Like it's almost like a nitao or like a pre-particle. But what is that implying?
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Neil. Tell us. So if we look up BIM, if we look up BIM in the dictionary, it's sort of like, we always joke about this through space and time thing. This is what we're joking about here, through space and time. But PIM is like, the way Wes explained it to me, it's like at a point, yeah, Neil's like through space and time, obviously. Wes explained it, I think, when he phoned me and said it's like at a point in time, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's, and I'm just going to be perfectly honest. I think I know what it means. I don't think I have a fighting chance of explaining what it means. I see that OBS is being a, so I'll just refresh that. I'm not 100% sure. It's like, you hear it lots in stories. It's sort of like it anchors that at a specific time. But I've had a few different fluent speakers sort of explain to me, and I get a very similar explanation. But yeah, I don't fully understand it. Neil says, during a current action, basically. It means during a current action, basically.
Okay.
So in my mind, I'm like, it's anchoring that in the context. But again, I'm still figuring out myself. Yeah, Cyrus says, our people knew wormholes, obviously, through space and time. Through space-time. It's the space-time continuum particle, okay?
That's got one wormhole.
Bye, I have to ask Cyrus. He's the one who brought it up. Yeah, that's a great way in wormhole. Cyrus, that's a question for you. All right, let's listen to this one again. Oh yeah, this bug is gonna, it only shows up when we're trying to do something, obviously.
Again.
Let's look both of these up because I don't actually know. Like that other one has something to do with the way you see things. This one I don't know. Itihtaman. Oh, the way we would hear it, the way I would hear it, or the way I would see it. I think he's saying.
I've seen this word come up, and it's more common in speakers to hear this word for hearing something, and it's not something that I studied. I always heard like pitao or those are the ones that I had studied. So when this actual word actually came up for me not too long ago, so I'd like to retrain my brain to hear that more often, like to register that ititaman.
Yeah, and it's so whenever you see that, like look at this one here. This is a good example, right? Why did I click the button that I don't want? Just go. Of course. So if you look at this one, of course. Let me just let me just borrow this A from over here.
You don't have macrons on there?
No, just though I do, it just when it copy pastes, it just doesn't show up sometimes, just because of, I don't know if it's OBS or if it's just whatever. So if we look this word up in the dictionary, so it's this one here. It says the way we see something, the way that person sees something. So the way they see it, maybe. Okay, but it looks very similar to this, right? If we change that to this, what is wapatam?
Wapatam, to see something. Yeah.
That one sees something, right? So, and then if we look at that other, like
inanimate, make sure you're specifying for everybody else that we're seeing something that's inanimate. So
yeah, sees something. Yeah. So these are definitely both VTI. They're both the same. That's dead giveaway when it has that aman.
Yeah.
It's a dead giveaway for that. But then what's just trying to think of another good example here. Bill's audio is echoing, you said, for some reason. Just let me see. Can you just say something, Bill?
Check.
Looks good on. Say it again.
Check.
Yeah, looks good on my end. Wonder if I just unmuted something accidentally. Let me think of another example here. Oh yeah, no, we saw it already. Atsumu. And then itatsumu. See, that worked on the last one, but not this one. So it's like I have to get lucky in order for that macron to work there for whatever reason. So that one tells a story, I guess you'd say. So then what do you think itatsumu means? Oops, what did I do?
Is that T just a T joiner in there before that or no?
No. This is a specific, just like this one here, has sort of a specific meaning.
Just that front it?
It, yeah. And it's sort of almost like
the way they tell a story?
Yeah. It's actually like this. These are sort of the same. And it means like thus, I guess you'd say, or the way.
That person tells a story in third person.
Yeah. And so, which is kind of cool. So just by learning that one little part.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Itapatam. Neil says itamatseho is another one. Like if you say a miomatsehoyan, ne miomatsehun. But if you ask somebody, you wouldn't. You could say, you know, kemiomatsehunsi. But if you want to say, how are you feeling? Danse itatsemu itatse itamatsehoyan. How what?
Itamatsehoyan, yeah.
Yeah. So it's sort of like thus, the way that one sees something. So super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I just learned something already.
Well, this is what we're doing. We're both learning here.
Yeah.
Neil and our Mushroom Cameron's been pretty quiet over there, but we got Neil for backup here. Neil got his tobacco. Cameron didn't. Just refresh this here. All right. There's your pehtaman right there.
To hear something.
But you see what he did there? In the first one, he said, "Kap mai ihtaman." That first one.
Kap mai tihtaman, kap mai tapahtaman ki.
Mai tihtaman.
Kap mai sepehtaman.
So isepehtaman, I wonder if it's almost the same thing. Because if you say isepehtaman, so ititam is like, yeah, to hear something a specific way. But if you said isipehtam, that's almost the same thing to me. But I wonder if there's nuance in there. Isipehtam, to hear something in a specific way. Yeah, super curious. Do you want to listen to that chunk again, just like from the beginning?
Sure.
Yeah. We'll just hear that whole thing together.
Okay.
Kagip mai tatsimostaya, kagip mai tatsimostago yahoma. Kika mam to nehtama. Kika kakwe nestohtama koma mam to nehtiganoch. Tansimago me toemaga, kigoi mago me kakwe kiskudhamago sianoma. Kap mai tihtaman, kap mai tapahtaman kigoi. Kap mai sepehtaman.
Cool. So he's being very like contemplated over these stories, because I was looking at my logs, and this is like I think the third day I was there. This story. So he's been sharing a lot of stories up to this point and talking about, he often starts off, a little contemplative about talking about the stories a bit, talking about how we've been sharing the stories. So it's, yeah, super interesting. But, okay, let's get into the story here. Oh, that bug. Never comes up when I,
When nobody's watching.
yeah, it always.
Is it a bug? Is it a transcribe bug?
Yeah, it's a bug in the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder who develops it. Jesus.
Yeah, I wonder who. Just
Where
a bunch of
do they get these guys?
bunch of cowboys are.
They let anybody develop.
I know,
software
just
these
like
days.
it's a. I know specifically what the issue is, and I know specifically why it's happening. Just because of it's actually specifically because of the data sovereignty and data security choices we've made around uploading data in there. In order to load the audio into the player to play back, it uses a secure one-time use link, and I don't think it gets corrupted. I think it just kind of expires or just has an issue with it, and it can't load the next chunk. So we just need to like wire in like a retry or something. We're still kind of working on it. Yeah, there it is again. What a pain. And it only happens sometimes.
Yeah, when I only remember I told you I tried out the software and I only loaded one little chunk, so it's not like I loaded a big file like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll be able to work for 20 minutes and just have no issues at all. I'll just go Naga.
Kiksipayo.
Geek Sape. Awa.
Payo. Nitsuagan.
Nuitsewagan. We'll combine a couple of these together here.
There's another, there's that PIMI again, right?
Mamtaneum Mayo is the root. Mamtaneum Muck. So this one specifically is, if you want to see it on the chart. Yeah, go ahead.
But I thought, isn't there still a Ka and a PIMI in there before that? Yeah, Mamtane. Yeah, Mamtane.
It's this one right here. Mamtane Muck. Me to that one. He's talking about me, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, he's talking about Awaniwituagan Gap Mamtane Muck. Mami. Mamtane Yemak. Gap Mamtane Nemak. Yeah. Is the whole thing, Edwin, is the whole thing echoing or just Bill? It's weird. It shouldn't be on my end. I thought I had all this stuff sorted out.
I don't hear the echoing, but I'm also watching it on Zoom. I'm not watching it on the...
Yeah, Neil said on TikTok that Bill was echoing, and then Edwin says that echoing again, but that's coming through on Facebook this time. This is our test run tonight anyway, hey? This is our, when I play the video, when you play the video, it echoes, and when Bill talks, it echoes. Weird.
So it's echoing even when Wes is playing.
Yeah, everything's echoing. Oh, Cyrus says just Bill. Edwin says everything. We're having just the most technical. Let's do a little bit more, and then we'll take a break from this. I'm only planned on going till about 8 o'clock, so that gives us about 20 minutes.
Enough. We're just trying it out tonight anyway.
We're just trying it out, so this is our supplemental stream. This is our test run for when we get Edwin and Neil in here on Sunday. Edwin, your tobacco's in the mail. Oh yeah, we're just having all the technical difficulties tonight. Ootsi. Kiweitanok. What was that third word? Oh yeah, so there's egi wawotsit, he said. And that's just like a form of reduplication that Wes, he's the only one I've ever heard. Wawotsit is what he's saying. It's more like this, wawotsit. And I don't, I don't fully understand it. Yeah, so I'll just leave it.
Nehio.
Nehio. So yeah, that confirms he's not talking about me. Biago, this person, he said, Magagig sepa niwiche wagangap mamtanemak. This friend of mine I was thinking about this morning. Oteote giwit no ka egi wawotsit.
Make sure you type it in the English side in there too.
Oh, I never do that because it's probably wrong. I'll get more confident. I know that once we got Neil here, then I'll put it in there, because then if somebody says that's wrong, then I can say, well, that's what Neil told me. So I'm always reluctant to do the translation sides, eh? Now you hear that little at the beginning?
Yeah.
I've heard, like, I suspect he's actually saying mittone. just because I've listened to Wes so much. He says baskuts, but I think he's actually saying mittone baskuts.
It's just emphasizing something.
He's emphasizing it, right? Baskuts. Which the dictionary says, coincidentally, moreover, on top of it all.
Is that VTA or that VTI on the bottom? Was that the same word? I want to see the root of that word.
Which one?
Pascum.
Don't know. No, I think that's a different word. This is a particle. Baskuts.
Yeah.
Baskuts. To that point, I think is really just emphasis, emphasizing it, eh? See, there it is. That bug. I have to figure that out. You know that word? Wapstagwanate?
I don't. Some white? I know.
Something white?
Yeah.
And what is Mistagwan?
Something with a tree to do with a tree?
Mihkwagan? Mihkwagan?
Oh, the face?
Nitogay?
Your ears?
Nistagwan.
Your face?
Moy. Nistagwan.
No. Your hair?
Moya. Nistagwan. my Nistagwan. Tiskwa. Oh, am I spelling it? Mistagwan? It's your head. Ostagwan. Yeah. Ostagwan. Mistagwan. Oh, Ostagwan. Why did that end up with Matotsan? That's weird. Wapstagwan is whitehead, or white hair, like an old person. Igi Wapstagwan, Nate. Does that make sense?
And there's an ET on the end of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's so that's an interesting verb. Wapstagwaneo. Wapstagwaneo. Yeah. You hear this in, like, that was in a video Ira made recently too about being grateful to be able to get to an age of having white hair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
White haired or old age. So that's what he's saying here. Nehio paskats. We can get past the bug here.
I'm gonna step out for like 3 minutes here, Aaron.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say good night to my little guy.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep going until you get back. Ginwanisqueet. Something long. Ginwanisqueet. I don't know that one. Oh, yeah, Kinwanisqueet. Huh. Oh, yeah, we heard that in that other story. Interesting. He had long hair. Kea pits egi api keitoma. I feel like I know this word, I just can't think of it. Api keu. Api keu. He's talking about his hair was having maybe long braids or something. He had long hair with braids. He's an old man with long hair and braids. Tihkeitak. To sweat, he enjoyed sweating. Kigamatotsit. Tigeitam. Kigamatotsit. Egitikeita. That should be correct. Just having all of the technical problems tonight. Tigeitam. It's probably no H. Tigeitak. It's a long I. Mana gigamatotsit. Okay, sure. Anatokigwe. Huh. Is he saying awatsi? That's what I'm hearing in there. Eotsi matotsit. Yeah. Oh, run into that. Oh, I haven't run into that in a bit. Let me reload here. Cancel. Are you saved? Reload. I mentioned the software's in beta, right? So we're still figuring some of this stuff out. Nto ninaskomotuma. Nanaskomot. There we go. He is throwing us some softballs here. We. We gosit. The life that was lent. There's it. Egoise again right there. Egoise. In this context, it's hard to say. It's not really like the sacred life, or the life that was lent by the from the Creator, I guess, in this context. Aweheo is the verb. To lend someone something. Awehe, go is sit. It just doesn't like that part, which is fine. The life that was lent to him by the Creator, I guess you'd say. Stamoa Kigwe. I just don't know the inflection. Gagi Sama Gagi Simo. I think it's Ga. What am I hearing there? This reminds me of the very first one, where he said this one here. He almost said Stayakok, but he was trying to say Stagoyak. This one is like Stamawat. There it is. Gagisimo Stamawat. That's the part I was missing. Oh, yeah. Okay. That part at the end, that Watawia, and I was like, what is that? Gagisimo Stamawat. Is that a long O in Gagisimo? I don't think so. Gagisimo Stamo. No, Gagisimo Stamawat. One more time, I just want to make sure I have this part right. I think it's Gika. Anna toki we utsima tutsit kikantog nanasko mutuma matisune awi gosit. Exise nana toki we kikana kagisimo stamua awia. I guess you'd say to pray for someone in all manner of things, I guess you'd say. Something like that. Oh.
Kape nata motota goto mega kuichi hato manata hone. Kape nata motota goto mega kuichi hato
Let me just shorten that up.
hone.
I just want to hit that first word a couple times because
Kape nata motota goto mega
moto tagot uma.
Kape nata motota goto mega
Nata moto tagot. Oh, okay, look at that. See? I don't know that word. Oh, okay, we'll shut it down tonight. Yeah. Nata moto. Flee to someone for help. Go to someone for assistance. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I thought I had it figured out. This whole streaming thing is a real pain in the butt. So we'll have to do another test stream one of these days. We'll just leave it there for tonight anyway. It's funny. I wonder if it's
Kape nata motota goto.
it's not mototagut. Nata mototagut is what I'm hearing. But we'll come back to this one. I'm at 8 o'clock anyway. This is sort of my supplemental stream tonight, so I wanted to try out having a guest on, which we pulled off. I wonder if Zoom. Oh man, oh Westick. Yeah, thanks, Cam. We had a guest on tonight, but I don't know if Zoom is the right way to go. We might try this again later in the week. Well, we'll do the regular Sunday stream. I had a couple issues tonight. My OBS was being a pain in the butt, and then we just tried out having Zoom on and seeing if that would work. I might have to try. I don't know. I'll get in a call. I'll see if Bill's going to be around on Sunday, and we can try this out again. And because I think it's super fun with a guest. And then been threatening to get Neil on here for a while, so we'll have to try that one of these days. Neil says, can't join this Sunday, but possibly next Sunday. So yeah, I'll rope Bill in again for another test run. I'll be transcribing again on Sunday anyway, so if you're hanging out, you're tuning in from one of the other platforms, I'm usually on by about 6 o'clock Pacific, so 7 Edmonton time on Sunday on the same platforms. And just checking my... looks like Twitch was working tonight. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. And if you're tuning in late, you can find this on my YouTube. You can go back and watch the live replays. Yeah. Neil says, Mias, and we're just wrapping up. We're coming up on 8, and the echo's pretty bad, I guess. Bill,
Wait, I'll mute my mic.
I don't think it's an issue with your mic. I think it was the echo's problematic from the browser too. So I think it's an OBS issue on my end, which is fine. I've been streaming for 2 hours anyway, so we'll just wrap it up there. It's amazing how fast 2 hours go by when you're
takes a while.
when you're having all the technical difficulties.
Can you save this? No, you can save this file and come back to it, right?
Oh yeah. This is
okay.
Yeah, and you know what, Bill? I'll actually share this with you right now. I won't do it on the live stream, but after the live, I'll send you an invite, and so you can work on this.
I thought you were going to say you're going to send me an invoice.
Yeah, let's take a few minutes and we'll just chat here at the end of the stream. I'll stop sharing my screen.
So just because we were talking about, I know you don't want to show the translation because you're for fear of maybe it being slightly wrong. But at the end of it, I would like to, because the way my brain works is to be able to then turn around and watch Wes's while I'm reading the English and the Nehewewin.
Yeah.
And it'll help all of that grammar sink in for me, right?
Yeah, for sure. And that's something that I've got planned. So basically, one of the features of the Keanu transcribe system is basically going to be, there's turn my face back on. Did your video? Oh, there you are. So one of the things that we've got planned is basically when we've got a transcription that is like, we'll just call it like finished, basically finished, then we'll be able to hit like a publish button. And then we'll have, I call it a theater. Arden calls it kind of like a listening library, but we'll have a set of transcriptions that are published for any given language that you can just go in and exactly that. You can listen along and read along in both languages. So we'll have the Nehio on one side, and then we'll have the translation on the other side. And maybe they won't be like 100%, but they'll be like mostly complete, right? and just more so for learners, so that you can go in and yeah, you can go in and sort of read along with it. But then also, one of the things I might do once we've got the transcription done is take the, we've already added the ability to do an SRT export. So export the subtitles file and add them onto the YouTube videos as well. So then you could go in. I don't want to do the, well, and actually it would be probably better to do the English, because if we do the SRT files for the SRO, then that data could be scraped and used for AI, and we don't really want that. So I don't know if I'll add, I don't think I'll add the SRO, but I might add the English subtitles once we get them done. So
Good idea.
yeah. Yeah, it's one of those features that we don't really have a lot of transcriptions that are ready for that yet, but we'll get there. Yeah, so I think I keep randomly clicking things. I think we're going to probably wrap it up there tonight. Man, it was fun to have you on board, even though, I mean, we only got a minute or two into the transcription, but it was super fun to get this kind of figured out. And if you're around on one of the next ones, Bill, we'll definitely rope you in again. And
hopefully see you guys all again here soon.
yeah, absolutely. Right on. Okay, well, I got to shut it down there. Thanks again to Bill Relic for joining us tonight. And if you're with us tonight, go ahead and tune in on, we'll be back again on Sunday. Sunday night, we'll get started up about 7 o'clock on the live stream then, and we hope to see you all then. Till then, everybody have a great night.